Now, Udeme and Cynthia, come. Let me ask you this very direct question, and I want you to be 100% honest, okay? Who between the two of you would sincerely pray and say, God, let my life be the exact replica of my father's finances? Yeah, it shock you. Now, if you are a Dangote, an Otedola, or an Adenuga, maybe that question is not for you. But if your answer to that question is no, I don't want to look like my father financially, then that is one mistake you must not make in the new year, because it has been ruining your finances forever. I know that in this part of the world, we pride ourselves in being the true sons of our father. We inherited everything from them: their noses, their eyelids, their eyeballs, their complexion, and we also inherited their financial mistakes, which is an error. So if you must make a difference in your life in the year that is looking at us with one eye like this, okay, ensure that you don't recycle the mediocrity of your parents. And what do I mean? If you look at the kind of choices that your parents made while you were growing up, how did they solve their financial problems when they were in crisis? That could be a clue to what you are doing wrong. What do I mean? For some parents, when they were in crisis while we were growing up, they did either of two things, okay? They either sold some properties or they went borrowing. Or some even go as far as, gambling. Now, if you're not careful, if your father was a gambler while you were growing up, you might end up gambling as well. If your father learned to borrow money that he could not repay, you might end up borrowing also to solve problems. And if your father was the type that was always selling his properties just so you can go to school, you might end up copying that particular financial model because that is what you see working. Let's not forget that our parents were our first teachers in life. Even before any teacher outside could teach us anything, we learned things from them. And so the first mistake you must not make in the new year that is approaching is do not recycle your father's mediocrity. Do not recycle your parents' financial errors. At this point in life, you have copied your father's formula for so many years. It is time, I think, for you to do something new. It is time for you to think of a new formula to run your life so that as you move into the year 2025, you do not recycle the errors of your father or those of your mother, but you do something new. Study those that actually were able to do something different with their lives and they made impacts, and follow that, because success has a formula. It can be inherited, same way as failure can be inherited. Okay, let's go on. But before I continue, please help me grow this channel. My numbers are still very low. I need you to grow this channel. Hit that subscribe button and press the bell button so that you get notified every time I come on like this with a fresh content. The number 2 mistake you must not make in the new year 2025 is living your life as if you are still in the jungle. Let me explain what I mean. Okay, several thousands years back, we and lions were neighbors in the jungle. I hope you know. Up till today, the lion has no means of saving when it makes a kill, so it must eat everything that it kills today. Otherwise, the thing will get to rot and to be wasted. And that is how some of you are still living your life. Even though you live in Banana Island, you are still living in the jungle. You have left the jungle, but the jungle has not left you. What do I mean? Every penny you make, you eat, you consume. Every kill you make, you consume. You spend every kobo from month to month. By the time you collect salary on the 1st of the month, by 25th of the month, the money is gone. No savings whatsoever. Hey, Udeme, you are taking a very big gamble. Cynthia, this formula will put you in trouble, because when you don't have any savings, I bet you, when you have any crisis, you cannot respond to the crisis. You cannot even tackle any emergency. And many of us are just one major crisis away from bankruptcy. You don't even have enough money to latch onto opportunities. So the number 2 mistake you must not make in the new year is learn not to spend everything you make. Learn to put something away. I know that you will say, oh, but I'm not earning enough. See, nobody earns enough to save. Oh, some people have just learned to be disciplined enough to put something aside for the rainy days. Okay, you have to do this. So if you want the new year that is coming to be better than this year or the years that you spent in your life before, learn to save something out of the little that you are earning so that you can, aggregate them at some point and do something better with your life. Then the number 3 mistake you've been making that is ruining your finances that you must not carry into the new year is buying things on impulse. And in this case, Cynthia, you are more guilty than Udeme because women are the ones that buy on impulse most of the time. They buy it more than us. You go to the market planning to buy items A, B, and C, and then every shop becomes attractive. You now end up buying items D, E, and whatever, forgetting what you left house to buy originally. Hey, it doesn't work that way. Most of the time, a woman goes to the market and buys wants as against needs. I think the formula that will work is this: before you leave your house, Cynthia, ensure that you don't take more than you need to spend in the market, because if you have some extra coins in your pocket, you will most likely spend them in the market. And stick to what you have planned to buy. You must have a list of things to buy in the market. Do not let every shop start appealing to you. It doesn't work that way, Cynthia. Udeme, you are the one dropping the money. Tell your wife, train her to learn to be disciplined. Do not buy things on impulse, because you will end up buying what you don't need now or what you don't need for a long time to come. Okay, that is the number 3 mistake you've been making that you must learn not to make in the new year. And the last mistake many of you have been making that you should not make in the new year is having zero financial education. If I ask you now, Udeme and Cynthia, how many books have you read this year on financial literacy? Zero. How many seminars? Zero. How many trainings? Zero. Yet you think you can just wake up bright and clear. It doesn't work that way. Nobody becomes a lawyer without going to law school. Nobody becomes a doctor without going to medical school. Yes, you don't have to go to any school to become a financial expert, quote unquote, because there are so many sources of information online. To even watch this YouTube video to the end is a problem for many of you. The story of Jumoke the bestseller is on the internet now. That lady that, was photobombed sometimes in 2016 by T.Y. Bello, and she came into limelight and had all the brand endorsements you can ever imagine. She just saw money and fame suddenly. But today, the story is different. I am not reveling in her predicament, but what went wrong with Jumoke? Some are saying that it is because she does not have the education to back up that particular fame. Because when you are not financially literate, even if you stumble into millions today, it's just a matter of time. You will squander all the millions because there is no discipline. What you are not trained for, you will abuse. And so, as we go into the new year, I, being the pocket police, I don't want you to go there broke. I am tired of you being broke, my friend, and I want you to make enough money. And that's why I said today, those 4 mistakes, you must not make them in the new year. Otherwise, I'm coming for you, okay? Please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please help me. I need you to grow this channel so I can bring you more content like this. My name is Ayo Jimmy, aka the Pocket Police. I'll see you in the next content. Bye-bye.